Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Wargroove. We're going to try that last mission again, but this time with less failing. So, the number one thing I think I need to do better is try to get control of the middle with my air units. The dragons would be a lot less of a danger if I had some swoopers in that area. Also, I kind of wish it wouldn't play the story stuff if you have, if this isn't your first time in the mission. It's not a big deal. So, I don't know exactly how the enemy unit spawning works. It might be time-based, in which case moving Mercia faster will make us safer. But it also might be based on Mercia's position. I would suspect that it's the latter there, based on the way stuff was coming in. Because if it was time-based and we actually did move Mercia faster, then none of the spooky dragon units would show up until you were out of the map, so... my suspicion is that moving Mercia faster will not save us. But we do have to, we have to try to establish a little bit of control here. And there's already some time pressure, right, from the scoring system. So they don't really need to institute another source of time pressure. You can't quite, yeah. This is fine, that is not fine. The beginning of this is going to look really familiar. So I'm not sure that it was right to teleport beam in that trebuchet. It was certainly fun. I enjoyed having the trebuchet. But I wonder if I maybe could have bought something cheaper that would have still been effective. The real problem we had wasn't the stuff we were doing over here, though. We had control of this area. This was fine. The problem was the units coming from, like, the top of the map. So I'm not really sure how to deal with those better. We'll try some stuff out. We'll figure it out. I do want to hire another Leafwing. I do want to capture stuff. Yeah, we did just fine on all of our purchase units fighting all of their units coming in from the bottom here. We got killed by stuff that was following us. I suppose maybe if I play this part sharper, I can have my front be a little bit further forward. Yeah, that's probably the case. Okay. Oh, they committed their archer really quickly this time. That's interesting. I would love to take advantage of that, but we will lose the knight if I do so. Yeah, that's a problem. Well, maybe I'm fine with it. Yeah, the real problem here is that if we commit the knight like this, they get to hit it with like no consequences at all. And spears are just really good against this block of units. Well, we're going to run forward at full speed. Maybe the play here is just the archer's going to get to hit somebody, but be in a position where the archer doesn't get a crit. So don't be within 3 of him. You know what? Hold on. Is there... Do I have... Yeah, okay. Options. Is there... can I turn on a grid? Is there a grid available? Show grid. That, yeah, okay, that's going to help me quite a bit. So... It's got to be, like, the battle pups in front, because the spearmen are a grave danger to all 3 of these units. All 3 of these very good and powerful units. Alright, let's try that. So Mercy is still moving forward at full speed. Some of our units are slowing down to keep up with her. So I think this part was still right. We want to take control of the middle area of the map, get rid of the trebuchet before it's a threat to anybody. But we're going to have... We now know that there's going to be a ton of units coming in from the top of the map, and we have to have a plan for that. And I don't have a plan for that. I don't know what we're going to do about that. Okay, so he was able to do 70% damage to that, great. Well, We can get rid of the archer using a crit. Now we gotta clean up these spearmen. Mercia will do a pretty good job of keeping this one under control. He's gonna be damaged enough from this that even though he's gonna get to hit the alchemist pretty hard, yeah, it probably won't be enough. And then we can... Oh no, I don't quite have the movement necessary to set up a dog crit. Well, we can just finish this guy off entirely, and then Knight crit the spearman. Yeah, we're just gonna have to do some healing. So we'll have the battle pups finish this guy off. My positioning is a little unfortunate here, but I guess we can drop a heal right here. This is probably worth doing, and this still leaves us with enough money to purchase a swooper this turn. Okay, so we are continuing to be aggressive with our positioning here. I'm going to send this flyer across. Let's see if we can get rid of that trebuchet a little earlier. Yeah, having the grid lines faintly drawn in on the map is actually going to be a huge help to me. I think part of the problem that I'm having, where I sometimes don't estimate the movement range of units correctly, is just me seeing the green space and not counting the number of squares that are in it accurately, which at this point should not be a problem. Alright, we're definitely going to buy the swooper. We are going to need the swooper. In fact, we're going to need like a whole bunch of swoopers. Maybe more than I had last time. And then this might be a lethal counterattack. No, not quite. That's a shame. It would have been really nice not to have that guy be alive and in our way anymore. Man, that's a lot of units. They really lay it on sometimes in this game. Well, I suppose this guy can't get any further than this anyway. So this isn't actually slowing us down having to deal with him. That was all we were going to be able to move. So there's an alchemist in that group. Yeah, I don't think I'm too worried about it. We'll come back and get the middle trebuchet. I want to get these flyers into support positions here a little quicker. I think this will help. We didn't hex anybody at all at any point during that the last run. Maybe that was wrong. So do I want to try to get ground units running faster here, or do like? Part of me. Yes, you know what? We need a couple of ground units early on because I need to get more aggressive with our captures. I think that's probably a good idea. So do I want to buy another flyer here, or do I want to save? I'm gonna buy another flyer. Because they're pretty good. And at this point in the game, I'm not too worried about them getting all of a sudden blown up. We haven't pulled the enemy swoopers yet or anything. So Mercia just needs to keep running at full speed. Trying to lose the stuff that's behind us. I mean, they spawn in stuff behind you that's so fast moving, it doesn't really matter what you do, I suppose. Yeah, like fast moving and can travel over the mountains. We're going to have to deal with the flyer. There's no way of avoiding that. Alright, fortunately we have a pretty good shot on these guys. I can attack the trebuchet, but I will die. Yep, as ever, we cannot actually get battle pup crits. The enemies are very careful never to move into a position where you can do a battle pup crit. This guy's movement is warped by the mountain. We can use the mountain to give us a little bit of a reprieve. If I run to here... It sucks that I'm doing so little damage. Maybe the right play is to cast a heal before he attacks. If I cast a heal, I effectively can't hire anything. Well, you know what? I can hire sort of a slow melee unit. Or not a slow melee unit, but a low-cost melee unit. to help just try to get control of this area. Like, we just get a slasher. Slasher's bad against spears, but it's actually still pretty good against archers. And it'll help us capture. And yeah, heal over here, because like this alchemist is going to need more healing anyway. Yeah, this allows us to get this guy really low with the knight. Or maybe I get this guy really low because we could finish him off then with the dog. How much damage does it look like the dog's going to do now? Oh, the dogs do a ton of damage. Never mind. I would rather have these two both alive and low than have one of them dead and the other at full health. Okay. That's a pretty good start. We'll just get the other dog in here. Mercia runs full speed, and we try to... Part of me wants to go here just so that I can run up into the mountains. Alright, that flyer's probably going to be pretty cautious on the approach, I have to imagine. So what do we want to do with these guys? If I go after the trebuchet, we pull the alchemist to this side. He will kill the unit that I use to attack the trebuchet. There's no two ways about that. But I don't know that I want that to happen necessarily. I'm trying to think about the trade-off there of damaging the trebuchet and making this guy not available to fight our ground units. I don't think I like it. So we can move some units over into a place where they will narrowly not be attackable. In a good position to threaten. And then we can have other ones just like attack the other enemy reinforcements around here. Soften some people up. It's not really worth going after that spearman. Let's get a crit on this guy. Man, the extra defense from that mountain is very considerable. Okay, and then we just save the extra 200. Not that I have the choice of spending it anyway. Alright, so we're going to start getting some captures done. You know, the biggest benefit, I guess, of the purchased, the teleported trebuchet is that we get to uncapture those buildings. But I might be better off... Okay, this is interesting. Yeah, I might be better off just hiring a normal trebuchet at the barracks and wheeling it in because of the very, very expensive cost of teleporting a trebuchet. Like, maybe we just hire a trebuchet this turn. So I think I'm not going to capture this yet. Because I think I want to be moving full speed into combat, right? I'm going to do it. Maybe this is inadvisable. But let's try something a little bit different, because the strategy we did last time did not work. Extremely did not work. Is that... Oh, that is not a position where I will get killed by a knight. This guy is all the way hung out to dry, right? He won't get killed by the knight this turn, but he will soon. But taking out one of those flyers is honestly probably worth it. Alright, yeah, we just gotta get aggressive with our positioning here. So neither the knight nor the dog can be set up in a position where they're an immediate threat to the trebuchet. Like, we're definitely going to do this. Because at this point, we don't have the option of keeping units out of the range of the trebuchet. We have to start moving forward. So he's not particularly strong against the knight. Expect to do about 35%. Oh wait, that's a traversable tile. Yeah, we're not safe until all the way over there, which we can't reach. And in fact, he can hit every tile everywhere around, man. Like, this is a tile where I'm safe from both of those guys. Yeah. And I pose a serious threat to the flyers from here. Alright, that's totally free. And then I can't hit the trebuchet with anybody else, unfortunately. I think I'm just going to pick at this guy and make it really awkward for them to spawn units in from the top for the moment. Have the dog finish this guy off. And I'm just going to charge with the knight, I think. As we can charge in a way that doesn't leave us vulnerable to attack from the alchemist. I would like to keep this alchemist far enough back that he doesn't just die. So let's put him here. The alchemists are a little bit more valuable than the rest of the troops. As it is now, it's just war pups that can be attacked. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. Sorry, war pups. Somebody's got to eat the trebuchet shot. Maybe we'll get lucky and the trebuchet will elect to move instead of shooting for some reason. Who knows? You know, you gotta believe in miracles. I'm pretty sure that spot was not... Maybe I'm misremembering. I thought that tile was shown as not attackable. And I didn't do the math on the movement. I just, you know, I thought because of the mountains and stuff you'd have to walk over. Well, whatever. Alchemists are just fast enough to never ever be attackable by anything that would be good at fighting them. It's a little frustrating. Alright, so we have all of these good positions here. I think I'm just going to throw like a pretty efficient heal. The alchemist is good against the dogs, but he can't fight them both, and if he does come forward to fight them, he's putting himself in some serious danger from other stuff. This alchemist is just going to lose really badly, but we can have him run into a position where he has some defense. Maybe it would be better to run into this position where he's a little bit... You know what? No, never mind. I was going to say where he's a little bit more of a threat to this flyer, but this flyer is pretty under control, actually. No, but what I like about this is that if the knight wants to come after us, he has to kind of... If we run up here, he's closer to the bridge. This will serve as a maximum distraction time. We'll just wait right there. What do I want to do with these flyers? How much danger am I putting my hero in if I move over to here? This guy has 5 move, right? So he'll be able to attack. Like, the spearman attacks, dies. This guy runs over, also attacks. Archer gets a free crit. A lot of damage. Part of me still wants to do it. Because we really blunt the impact of this spear, which is important because we're going to try to use the swordsman to capture stuff. And swordsmen are very vulnerable to that sort of thing. But we're not going to get any counterfire from the trebuchet this turn. Yeah, it's a bit of an aggressive play. We're going to take a lot of damage. Healable damage, but still damage. I guess we shouldn't. What I should do is maybe even stay put. I want to be in a position where the archer can hit us, but has to move to do so, and none of the other units can hit us. That's my grand design here. be a really bad idea for you guys to come forward at all at this point. We probably just want to go south. Although we have very advantageous positions from which to fight things that emerge in the north. He has 5 moves, so he could go 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 2, right? Yeah, 2 for feet. It seems like you can't enter a tile if you don't have the full movement cost of the tile. It's not like a lot of strategy games where you can enter a tile no matter how much movement you have as long as it's above 0. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave her put. Leave her put? Leave her be. Let her be there. Run you down to here, and maybe leave these units about where they are. We're in good positions to support, we just can't support against the Alchemist. Okay, so with 400 gold, am I buying something? We can buy an Alchemist down here, and we do end up having to fight flying units down here. Getting the mage into position. Yeah, actually I like that a lot. Fast-moving unit that can capture, and is good against the type of unit we're going to have a hard time against given our current composition in this area. This is pretty good for them, but we have the defense to survive barely, it seems. Okay, yeah. Not going to be avoidable. But he's dead now. Yep, and they had to sacrifice their flyer to finish this guy off, which is fantastic. That's going to prevent that other flyer from contributing, really, because the swooper is in a real rough position. And why did there have to be an alchemist in this group? I was getting to eat that archer immediately. It's so exciting. So it turns out this is a terrible crit. Well, okay, here's the thing I know is happening. Let's do this. And then I guess we start with the knight. The knight is going to do... Yeah, the knight's going to take the initial hit, and then we'll follow with the... Probably with our hero. That's probably what has to happen. Oh, the dog can get it, actually. The dog can get the job done. The dog could also get this done. This might not be lethal, 36%. If we got some bad damage variance there, that would be frustrating. So, yeah, let's just have the hero do it. Now we have our Wargroove up, which is fantastic. Just grab this guy real quick, I guess. So you don't need to heal. Now we'll just have you run forward as much as possible. Okay, this could not have worked out better. Without the archer, I'm not too worried about all the damage we're going to take. We have our teleport beam up, which definitely incentivizes me not to spend a lot of money this turn. Right here, I am perfectly safe and in attack range of that building. We can recapture that for ourselves. This is a position where the spearman can attack us, and I'd actually be fine with him running up to attack a swordsman in that much cover rather than capturing the building. I think I'm willing to sacrifice a flyer to take out the archer, maybe? It would prevent him from running very far. We could just bail out, but then we have to deal with this archer. And it's easier for me to get more air units into this area than it is for them to get... You know, they don't have the ability to reinforce this area intentionally at all. It's all just the units that come in on the timer. I'm going to do it. Now, we might see some bad variance here. Let's hope not. Okay. Even if we did, you know, leaving the archer at like 1% or something wouldn't be a terrible move. Then the other flyers can just bail out. We know what the alchemist is going to do on his turn. It's not a big deal. that's not a great tile to be in. Okay, I mean we're making better progress this time, certainly. So I think let me count here. We're gonna make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This has no income, right? Yeah. We're gonna make 700 gold. So we'll be at 14. Give us the ability to pull in like a sudden green guard, a sudden archer. Actually, I think is pretty likely to be the play. Especially since you guys are pretty vulnerable to archer fire, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's almost certainly sudden archer. So, that being the case, I have like 400 gold to play with. Provided I haven't miscounted somewhere. We're not going to need an alchemist heal up here next turn because we have the Wargroove available. So yeah, I should probably hire something. Let's get another slasher in, and this one can get control of the tower as it comes forward. We could have hired another alchemist, but I'm a little leery of... I've a couple of times now miscalculated our gold and ended up a little short, and I'm a little leery of doing so again. Alright, we got it, we got it. See, I think trading units around the commander is probably fine. Like, moving the commander forward is the most important thing by such a large margin.
I can't wait.
Okay, that's not a big danger. I assume I lose if Nuru dies. My assumption is that it's not okay to lose the commander. Either of the commanders, I should clarify.
Huh.
Okay, yes, we know what your groove is. So... just keep picking off flyers, I guess. Hard to imagine there's a play that's better than this. Over here, we can start harassing the trebuchet at the expense of some archer hits. Probably worth doing at this point. So the air is always 0 defense. It doesn't matter where I am. And if we're going to put one unit in harm's way over here, we can put them both in harm's way, and that way they're both in position to attack the archer next turn. Yeah, that guy is nowhere near being able to counterattack us. So your movement doesn't let you get to the dog. This is an okay place to cross the river, I think. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we have to be careful about going all the way to the fork. I do not want him to get first strike. And I guess the question is, do I actually want to Wargroove here? We definitely could take the heal. But I think I'm going to not. I think I'm going to wait on it until we've taken a little bit more damage. Because it's a powerful ability. I don't want to waste it. Alright, you get a nice, easy attack on a bunch of these dudes. Probably it's most valuable to kill the alchemist. He's the one who is a danger to people. Oh, hold on. Actually, swords are pretty okay against alchemists. Yeah, the swordsman can take care of this guy very easily. We almost never get to see swordsmen kill real units. Let us enjoy this moment. And that means the trebuchet can hit somebody who matters a little bit more. Or, alternatively, could just hit the building. Like, do we need the... we needed to hit these guys? Oh, I guess they're going to get crits if they're together. Yeah, we can hit the building next turn. Get rid of this nerd. So my inclination is just to teleport beam an archer in directly behind me and shoot that guy with it. Rather than doing anything myself. I think that's what I'm going to do. It's nice to skip the moving forward part of the game. Actually, I guess right here is good too. Wow. Let's put him here because this keeps him safe in case this is not a kill. Because I don't think it is, right? Yeah. Okay, we got this area pretty under control, and after we capture this thing, we can use it to heal Nuru up. So, with 300 gold, I think what I do is just save. We're going to need to buy some swoopers. The air-heavy unit, or the air unit-heavy part of the battle is coming up. Yeah, I think I just save. So we're going to take a hit on one of our ranged units from the archer here, but after that we're going to have pretty good control of the area since the 2 air units can just kill the archer next turn, I think. We do have to be careful about our swooper and that ballista. That ballista moving up to defend their air unit is tough. We're also going to have to watch that trebuchet. Okay, they got their own swoopers. Yeah, this is... They're bringing in like thousands and thousands of units per... or thousands and thousands of gold worth of units per round. It's tough, man. That's pretty tough. Okay, I think the most important thing we can do is just kill the archer. And the trebuchet has to go, but it doesn't have to go this turn. The archer will be a problem if we leave him alive. And then rather than going straight at... Yeah, okay, we're totally safe over here. Rather than going straight at their air unit, we want to try to do this in such a way. I want to punish their flyer for attacking our flyers, rather than killing it and getting punished for doing it by the ballista. You have put yourself in an awkward position, so I could just heal now, since I can't do anything else useful this turn anyway, just to get a little bit more damage in on their alchemist, and that's fine. That's not exciting. It's not quite the heal that I wanted to use, but we got to maximize the damage we deal to this alchemist. He is a problem. Okay. And then, make sure we're not running into range of this thing. I think the knight just continues forward. They're closing on us. I might sacrifice the other battle pup just to keep them at bay. Like, not this turn, obviously, but he may stay behind to prevent them from moving forward efficiently. It's extremely hard to move through the water as a knight. Like, this space is perfectly safe this turn. Yeah, and standing here will make it really awkward for the knights to move forward. They'll have to stop and fight the pup. Not totally ideal, but that's what we're doing. Alright, so their trebuchet will just uncapture that building if we capture it. We definitely send the swordsman forward to get this. I think I would rather move than capture. Right, because this is a totally safe place to move, and a trebuchet in this position is going to be a serious long-term problem for them. I can't move the archer forward into an attack position without exposing it to a trebuchet attack this turn, which I don't want to do. Let's move Nuru toward this thing, right? Yeah, this is safe. I mean, we can just do this. It doesn't hurt us at all to do this. Because I suspect I'm not going to want to use the trebuchet to knock that out. We're going to have a lot of other things to shoot at. So we're gonna want air units to try to take care of the knights as they follow. I'm trying to... Do I think it's better to summon them here and run them straight across, or summon them here to meet up over there? Because it's not going to be until like 2 turns from now that they're actually going to be able to make contact. But then we also have to think, like, do I want to just get another swooper in here? Because we're going to have to deal with some pretty serious flying units from the enemy. I think we probably want the swooper. I don't think we want to buy anything else. Then it's just a matter of positioning the alchemist. He might be best off right here. Okay. I'm hoping to actually take these buildings faster. Maybe at all would be good. We'll see how this turn works out. This thing they did with their flyer here is strange. I'm not sure I understand the idea there. Okay, so the knight can't quite kill the trebuchet. We're going to have to rely on a flyer to do that. Like, why move adjacent to my swooper? It's weird. Apparently it's going to take both the flyers, but... the one at 9 could have done it by themselves, I guess. I don't know that it really matters. All we have to do is stay out of range of this guy, which means only moving to here. So yeah, we're going to be able to clear a path up front. You just keep running. Yeah, we could fall back and like do some serious damage to those knights, but for real, just keep running. The valley between the mountains will be tough for the horses to move through, and like I said, I think I'm just going to leave the dog here, because it's going to seriously impede their movement. Actually, the first one of them is just going to kill it. But it'll stop one of them entirely. Whereas, like, if it was positioned in a lot of other places, they could just go around it if they wanted. Right, I'm pretty sure the play here is just run forward and let the trebuchet have it. That's a little tough. Is that right? Okay, we know this is right. We know this is right. We can just do the simple things first. The ranged position that they're setting up is frustrating to deal with. I guess what we could do this turn is just uncapture this from them and recapture it for ourselves. This is perfectly safe for this archer, right? No, okay. It might bait their archer forward, which is actually totally fine. And then you... I guess you can move to, like, here. We'll take the reinforce now. This is a convenient moment for it. This guy is vulnerable to a move and attack from the archer, which again is fine. We want that archer to come forward a little bit so that it's meleeable. Okay, so we have some money left over. The question is whether another swooper is too much, or whether we want to provide a little bit more force down here, right? Something like maybe the purchase of a knight to help us deal with all of the alchemists. Knights are always tricky when there's this many spears around. And losing air superiority is, I feel, what cost us the mission last time. Like, just not having control of the middle really hurt us. Oh, that's just a straight-up kill, huh? Okay, this is a terrible waste of that unit's time. Okay, so all we need is for Mercia not to die here. We can run up and crit this horse in a way that makes it very difficult for them to attack us. And Mercia is now delivered into the loving arms of all these flying units. So we can't go and just kill their swooper because we'll get counter-murdered. Definitely want to get out of range of that swooper. What's theirs called? It doesn't actually say. This is a Sky Rider, but it doesn't give us this faction's name for it. I mean, we pretty much just want to keep them around Mercia, right? So what are we going to do with the actual flyer? These guys. We need to be careful about this alchemist. This is safe, though. See, I want to keep one of them up here to harass the incoming knights. Alright, if you want to come fight us, you have to come away from your ballista. This is the easiest decision of all time. They're getting desperate. They want to actually use their units. Fools. Okay, swordsmen actually do pretty reasonable damage to archers. This is a big overcommit on their part. They did not want to continue doing the dance, and now they're going to pay for their impatience. So I probably actually do want... Yeah, because all this guy can really do is capture this again, which he totally will. Because that's great. Oh, I should have moved Nuru first. We could have gotten a crit. Probably just killed that guy straight up, huh? Well, whatever, it's fine. So yeah, I probably want to just stand and crit the swordsman. Because that makes them both too weak to be a threat to any of us, really. And then the alchemist can just throw down a heal targeted right there, get the swordsman back to full, and get himself out of significant danger. There's Swooper running in here, and it looks to me like we've resolved a lot of this at this point. So there's just this snarl of units to take care of. How are we going to do that? Yeah, this is going to be tough for them because of the mountains. So we could buy a shaman or a shooter. My thought is definitely a shaman, just because, again, like, we're going to have to deal with some incoming flyers, and also I'm a little worried about movement speed. Shaman being so fast is very helpful. Okay. So yeah, like you can see up here, the way that their horses are staggered, I think, is going to work out in our favor. The sacrifice of that battle pup will not be in vain. Yeah, they're going to have to do that, so that this horse unit is, like, completely out of things, and this horse unit won't be able to reach Mercia. Because we get another whole turn of running here, and then they still have to get through us on their next turn. And their flying units over here are afraid to leave the protective cover of the
What?
of the what do you call it? The ballista. All right. So how do we deal with this alchemist? I think I'm comfortable just running the hero forward really aggressively here. This is probably going to draw their flying unit in, because you know how they fixate on our commanders. And that is going to mean that the alchemist can get some good work done. We're not going to be able to shoot anybody except this guy, but I don't have to stand and wait to do that. I don't have to get the crit to do that. I can move up a little bit more aggressively. Yeah, we won't be attackable by either of the spears. This is a good position. Good time to roll the trebuchet forward as well. Right now, these spearmen don't have any target except the hero, and I think I kind of want to keep it that way. I guess I could put the alchemist here. Yeah, they don't have an attack on that. The flyer doesn't have an attack on that. And I think I'm going to toss out another heal, just to make sure that I am in position to kill that flyer when that flyer approaches. Okay, I think this front looks really bad for them. The ballista cannot attack us for doing this. These guys are way too far back yet. This, I think, is very, very good. Alright, I'm getting a better handle on the situation here. Oh, you know what? We have just enough movement to be able to pick at that knight with... That's actually really interesting. Yeah, so if we move our knight down to here, we can do this and then just hang here in the air and be really inconvenient for their pathing. I may have overcommitted on swoopers. We might have too many swoopers.
Yeah.
Let's just make sure that we are ready to deal with that dragon as it comes in. Well, that's a bad move. That's how you get shot with a ballista. And then you just need to go somewhere where the alchemist isn't going to hit you. Which means, unfortunately, that you cannot contribute much to the battle at the moment. We'll just stay up here near Mercia. Yeah, and you don't really have a play. You probably should not move forward, because you're just going to provide an extra target for no value. So with them only having one alchemist over here, I wonder if, like, another flyer is a good move. Or, like, if we're smart, we could buy a knight and just work it around the spears. Like, even a knight can even attack a spear meaningfully, if we just set up the crit. Also, we have teleportation beam next turn. I guess let's just not spend. Yeah, because we don't really need to. So they're going to move the knight back. They're going to try to move this one around in a really awkward and slow way. They're going to run the alchemist forward. I don't think he's going to have the damage for a kill. And so, like, all of these units are going to make no forward progress this turn, and then they're going to be stuck on the bridge. They're basically out of the mission. At this point, it's just the southern stuff and the things in the air that we have to think about. Okay, absolutely acceptable. That flyer is now dead to our alchemist. Yeah, they really do... They will just do anything to go after your commander. And every once in a while that works out for them. Mostly it's pretty bad. Oh, that's a good hex. Okay, interesting. They didn't even go for the kill on the flyer, so we're blocking them off maybe even more effectively than we hoped. Alright, well that was annoying. That's a lot of damage there. The ballista did not move any closer. So we can do this. It's a little unfortunate. Yeah, we don't have any way to heal this guy. Yeah, alright, let's just go ahead and do whatever damage we can. I'm basically consigning this swooper to get picked apart by other ranged units, but I don't think that's a big problem. We can finish you off. We can finish you off. Yeah, having air control through the middle is going to be very important here, and we're doing a much better job of it than last time. That attack is very punishable. But, like, at this point, my play is just let them go, or kill this archer. I guess the archer's not really a threat, though. He's too far behind. Killing that archer doesn't actually provide me with any value. If I move Mercia anywhere other than through the slow route, we're going to get dragoned, which I do not want to do, especially on the road. Alright, what do we want to do here? Well, let's do that. That's pretty easy. I'm definitely exposing the alchemist a little bit here, but we don't really have any other options for getting rid of this guy. I could summon in another alchemist, but why not just, like, summon in another unit that actually is going to, probably the better play is to summon another archer, right? Let's run you forward, we know we're doing that. So I definitely want to kill this guy. That's very important. We move Nuru, and then summon an archer here. We can drop a crit on the alchemist, and then move this guy forward into Nuru's space, drop a crit on that alchemist. So, like, we'll move to here, and the reason we'll do it that way is so that we can get a swordsman crit against the spearman. This makes life so much easier for all of our flying units. We get this moderately okay swordsman crit. Yeah, okay, so the archer's got shots but no crits. Yeah, the front down here is going really well, actually. Over here we want to try to put ourselves in a position to attack the dragon. I think we can just back off, really. Like, as they approach the bridge, I can move a flying unit onto the bridge to slow them down, or I can turn the knight around or something. But I want to have a lot of people in place to attack the dragon. Yes, dragon is the proper name of this class of unit. Okay, so then we have 635 gold remaining. And the question is, like, flying unit versus knight? I think it's flyer. Leaf wings are very good. Also, you would think maybe not actually great at producing thrust and lift. But I don't know. Seems to work. It's probably all just magic. Oof, that's rough. Well, at least it didn't quite kill him, so now they have to spend another unit's turn finishing the job. Yep, and this swooper is dead, but it did some very good damage on the way out. Oh, we didn't quite finish it. Yeah, I mean, all that really matters is keeping the dragon away from Mercia, right? We can afford to suffer some losses in the air. A dragon moving close to the full health swooper seems like a misplay. So, I feel like they might have screwed up there. Alright, it's not quite full health, but like this is really obvious and extremely good, right? Yeah, and the ballista's not even in cover range. Alright, so with that done...
What?
Like that, Fellbat. Yeah, I guess we can just move Mercia along the coast here instead of trying to go out through the road. It's not too slowing. And the actual coastal tiles themselves are only a single point of movement for boots, so... How do we want to deal with this trebuchet? It just sort of showed up with range on us. Hive range. Okay, so... It doesn't quite have range on these guys. It's only this unit that's in danger. The Nuber could move to here safely, right? To give this guy a crit against the archer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. I'm just gonna let this poor swordsman get hit, unfortunately. I can drop you. You can finish that guy. I guess we do this, why not? We have the money to throw out a heal here, so why not? I don't think we need to summon anything else. We have all of the units that are necessary to complete this. Come back around and kill you. Trying to figure out, like, what is the most effective way of slowing these guys down? It might be... Because this is going to give him... First of all, it's going to reduce his health by a lot. He's going to be at about 30%. And secondly, they're then going to have to spend attacks on me. Yeah, I actually like this quite a bit. So we run forward, hit this guy down to low health, move you back, and kill this knight. Now they have to use the alchemist and... Oh, this guy has just enough... Wow, really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Okay, so they're going to get some like damage done over here, but they're going to have to stop and do some fighting. They're going to have a hard time pursuing us across the bridge. Any attack on either of these two flyers will be answered with a ballista counterstrike, so we just back off at this point. Yeah, I think we just back up. There's not really a lot of value in moving forward here. You aren't going anywhere, and then we could buy a knight or something. Like I said, I don't think we need to buy anything else, so maybe the better play would be to just hold off, save money for heals and hexes and whatnot. Yeah, okay, that seems reasonable. Now that we have more uses for gold, I'm finding the resource management here to be really interesting. There's a lot of meaningful decisions to be made at this point. Alright, so you're finally dead. Doesn't seem like a great trade to me. Alright, so all we need to do is put any flying unit somewhere around there, and they won't be able to move in for the turn. Do we have somebody who can kill this guy? No, we do not. Okay, so Mercia makes it all the way back here. That tile's not good. Mercia makes it all the way back here. We're going to have to accept a trebuchet shot, I think. I don't think there's any way to get around it. Well, it shouldn't be an issue. Let's get rid of this alchemist. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about the full health spearman, who is like maybe one of the very few dangerous units left here. And I mean, relatively dangerous. So you guys are dead. You don't have any hope of catching Mercia. Yeah, I guess a lot of those tiles are actually attackable, huh? This is safe. We can use this flying unit to block pathing and just generally be a huge pain. Since we know we're running in here anyway, we can sort of flood them with targets. My guess is, if I roll my trebuchet close enough to shoot, they will ignore everything else to shoot it. And I don't actually want that to happen, so let's keep that right at the edge of the range. At this point, I would probably be willing to... Oh, hold on. I'd be willing to lose the mage to a trebuchet hit. I don't want to put the mage in range of the spearman, because I don't want to lose the mage to a relatively low danger unit that we can deal with in lots of ways with other people. And we can do this just to make sure there will be no crit action. Yep, this poor alchemist, he's just not quite fast enough to make anything happen over here. Where are we at on... Okay, we're nowhere near having this groove again. I guess I ought to hire something. We have a ton of money to play with. But I do believe this one's just about over. I do not have time for another 2-hour episode today. Okay, that's kind of what I thought would happen. That's not that bad. Yeah, I don't have time for another 2-hour episode today, unfortunately. I have some schedule stuff, but I don't mind doing the longer episodes, especially like when I missed Tuesday's episode. Doing a longer episode on Wednesday is fine most of the time. Okay, yeah, this is a total non-issue. They have a dragon coming in, but it's way too slow, or rather it's way too far behind. Okay, so what is your groove, by the way? Just so that we know. Hold on, it's faster to wrap back around this way. Seeker drains all health from an enemy unit and adds it to her own health. Okay, so it's a one-shot no matter what she hits with it. That seems pretty powerful. That seems like a good one. Okay, well hold on. Let's not start with the trebuchet. Let's start with our units attacking their trebuchet. So, this alchemist is just going to kind of get to do whatever he wants, it seems like. Not a huge amount I can do about it. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter very much, does it? Yeah, sure, she can uncapture this building while she's here, because it doesn't cost us anything for her to do it. Yeah, we try to hack up the trebuchet as much as we can. Yeah, I guess you don't need to move. Wow, she does not quite finish the job. You're not going to be able to get range, but you can at least capture this. You can finish the job. You can run over here and just reinforce real quick. You're definitely dead. But I'm going to make them actually do it. Let's make them spend the action, right? This guy will help keep the ground under control. We'll get another swooper. Yeah, we're good. We're in pretty good shape here. So we can just significantly weaken this knight, even though this gets us killed by the alchemist. Like, it doesn't much matter. The alchemist himself is not much of a threat. We just need to keep units from chasing Mercia, which I think we've done. Oh, I guess we didn't move the alchemist. That probably doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, that is also a totally valid way for them to do that. Maybe I don't... What's the area for healing aura? Okay. Just thinking, like, maybe Mercia could only partially run this turn and throw down the Wargroove, but no, that doesn't make any sense. Just get the hell out of here. Trying to get too fancy for my own good. The whole point is Mercia leaving. This is actually a pretty well-defended tile, given the heavy cover around it on one side and the building on the other. So I think I'm going to move the trebuchet to here. Should have a pretty good shot from here. This tile... oh no, an alchemist could move. Yeah, an alchemist could move to there. Trying to figure out what the right approach with our flyer is. Their knights are definitely going to be a little bit of a pain. Well, let's start with this. That's pretty obvious. I guess this guy to finish. You probably fall back a little bit. Actually, what I should do is have this guy move first, have the flyer end up here and heal up. You probably don't want to be right there. So it's... this is 1 move, and this is 3 for hooves. So I think the knights won't be able to move here, but they will be able to move to here and attack. If I leave the archer, in that space, probably we're going to see some bloodshed there. Yeah, their swooper is going to be a problem. It might be best for me to sacrifice my swooper to get this thing really low. Because that allows this flyer to remain in the battle, which is not going to happen otherwise. And we have another swooper coming in as defense. Oh, we got a little bit of lucky damage variance there. So you reinforce to full. They'll spend somebody's turn uncapturing that, probably. We'll move to right here, so you're ready to take advantage of the cover. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And then we just, we buy another swooper and another knight, and our goal here is just to produce a wall of things rushing past Mercia so that nobody can follow her. Yep, that is 100% fine. It's a total waste of a dragon, which is nice. And I think our swooper might be in range of that dragon, too. Boy, they're not going to stop. You know what I should have done is I should have bought a wagon last turn. Well, we'll do it now. Honestly, this might be the right turn to have bought a wagon. We might not have been able to reach her. No, because she would have been able to move forward and then we could have picked her up. Yeah. Yeah, I should have bought the wagon last turn. That would have been ideal. Alright, well. Turns out we got the read on you. As much as I don't like the knights, it's almost certainly right to just get rid of this guy, right? The alchemist is the thing we're still having some trouble dealing with. Yeah, we're definitely doing this one. Ah, that's a shame. I was hoping we'd just get the kill straight up. Okay, so we can have our own... yeah, this is safe. How does Hex work again? It's from the tile they're on. Okay, so it's a pretty large area, but I don't know that we've had a lot of good opportunities for it. So I don't want to attack the knights straight up, but if I stand here, we put the flyer there, and then we have our archer come forward to capture this. That puts them in kind of an awkward position as far as counterattacking goes. And then I think I want to just fall back and reinforce. Because I think it's probably still the case that we could lose by having Nuru die. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. Okay. Yeah, I definitely should have bought the wagon last turn. Yep, so they don't get to attack our archer at all because of this positioning, which means that we have an extremely large amount of totally free range damage on this turn. That trebuchet is right in the middle of everything as well. This is beautiful. So let's, which guy are we attacking with the trebuchet? Well, first things first. This guy's in a bad position and needs to move. Because he is preventing the swoop. Then we need to think about... Well, hold on. Let's do this part. So we would definitely want the wagon to move as little as it has to. I want to move right to the bend of the road there. For Mercy to just barely be able to get in, and the next turn is going to be the end. Okay, we got there. You know, I don't know if failing to buy the wagon last turn actually cost us a turn, because it might have been, if we had picked up Mercia further down, it might be more than one turn of wagon movement to get to the exit, but I think it's just going to be one from here. You know what, it probably was only one from the position last turn as well. So I have some money here. We could just roll forward and teleport an archer in, which is probably what we're going to do. Yeah, this works out terribly for them. I guess I don't even really need to, do I? Yeah, but let's do it anyway. Because teleportation is fun.
A little help here?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he will be able to attack that archer, but he'll get counterattacked for 1,000,000. And this guy just... He dies if he does that, right? He's going to eat all of the archer fire and also ballista fire. Yeah, okay, just back off. That's fine. Not that any of this matters very much, because they can't kill Mercia. I'm optimizing on things that have literally zero value. I could even probably have just picked Mercia up in the wagon and hit end turn. You made it, Mercia! I'm so tired. We probably could have had a wagon pick her up earlier. This means nothing. You've simply earned them a brief reprieve. Their deaths are inevitable. Wow, you're a real sore loser, aren't you, lady?
This is tiresome.
I am adrift in a sea of morons. You know, like, you failed to do the thing you were trying to do and she succeeded. If she's a moron, I don't think that's great for you. That's what immortality looks like. You can keep it. That's a crazy thing to say. I will absolutely become a terrifying fox vampire in exchange for immortality. Not even a consideration. Alright, 2 stars. Yeah, we definitely could have moved faster there. Not very much, though. I bet we were close to the line. This terrain is no joke. You're right, but... Emmerich, these dunes... We must be in Heavensong.
Yes.
You're right, my queen. We've reached the border.
We did it.
There will surely be a Heavensong battalion stationed nearby. Border scouts positioned to stop marauders from the Lost League stealing into Heavensong. That's great! We've got so many enemies. It'll be really nice to meet someone who's actually pleased to see us. Something tells me it's not going to turn out to be that easy. Just a feeling I have. Alright, well, we've unlocked puzzle mode. Oh, that's interesting. I like puzzles. Okay, like I said, that is going to have to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Sorry that there's basically 2 whole episodes that's just that one level. I suspect that won't be the last time it happened. It's starting to get pretty complicated, and also the levels are really long. Come back next time, tomorrow, for our meeting with Heavensong, which I'm sure is going to not involve any violence at all. And we'll see you then.